Files. It's your teacher librarian, Mrs. Sandersfeld-Miller here with some new books that are getting ready to go out on the shelves. So we have the Guinness World Records 2026 book. Absolutely Everything is a history of pretty much everything. So this one is just kind of a fun one. It has lots of illustrations and pictures and charts and just pretty much anything history related. You will enjoy that. Finding Gobi is the true story of a little dog's big journey. It's about a guy who was running an ultra marathon in the deserts of China. So 155 miles he was running when a little stray dog started running with him. And then they finished together and he was going to take him home to go to Scotland with him. And then the dog disappears. So it's the story of finding Gobi the first time and then seeing if he could find him a second time. And Abandoned Ship is a nonfiction book about the sinking of the Laconia. So this was during World War II, and it was a ship that was off the coast of Africa, and the Nazi German ships torpedoed it and sunk it. So a big adventure survival type of story, and it was a true story. Up next, we have some paperback books. Chronically Dolores is about a girl dealing with a chronic illness, and it won the Schneider Family Book Award, which is a book award for authors who write stories about kids and teens with disabilities. Cat's Greek Summer is about a girl who wanted to stay home and train for cross country. She's coming up on her high school season, but her parents decide they're gonna go visit some family in Greece instead. And I think there's a little bit of a love story involved too. And then Falling Like Leaves is a love story, and I just love, look at the spine, the sides of these pages are little leaves. So cute fall romantic story. Final Season is a football book by Tim Green. He's a super popular author in our library, writes all kinds of really good sports novels. And then we have a few murder mystery type of books. So All for the Game. This one is a little bit bigger of a read. This one's probably more high school level. Murder Between Friends and This Is Where We Die. I would say kind of all three of these are a little bit more high school level books. The last two are not as long, but just kind of a little bit more complex mystery, a little bit harder to guess the ending of these books. Next up, we have some more fiction books. These are hardback books. So the first one is Rocket Arm, another Tim Green, really popular author, sports novel. The Right Call is a baseball novel by Tommy Greenwald, and this one is kind of fun because he writes in a lot of different formats. So like there's some kind of like a movie script, there's like some text messages and like newspaper articles and just a little bit of everything. So it's not just regular paragraphs, it's kind of got a mix of things in it. War Games is Alan Gratz's brand new novel. It is about 1936 Berlin. During the middle of a world war, Berlin hosted the Olympics, but the Olympics were not quite regular that year. Things were a little different. The Poetry of Car Mechanics. This is one that is written in verse. So if you like the ones that don't have a ton of words on a page, there are lots of little poems put together to make up a story. This one is about a boy whose mom left him 3 years ago, so now he lives with his grandfather and just kind of dealing with all kinds of things with that. Schooled is a book about a boy whose mom has just passed away, and he's invited to be in a special program at a university where middle schoolers are going to be schooled at a university. So he's dealing with grief, he's dealing with this brand new school program that he thinks is a little bit weird, not quite sure what to think of all the things that are going on in his life. Snoop by Gordon Corman. I love Gordon Corman. He writes all kinds of really, really great books. See if we've got some here. There we go. There's some more examples of other great books that he has written. But this one is about a kid who has an accident on a skiing trip, and now both of his legs are in a cast. So he's spending a lot of time at home, and he decides to start watching some live feed cameras around town, and he starts noticing some strange things happening. So should he turn in these people that are doing these strange things, or what's going to happen? Barry Parker Doesn't Catch Crushes. This one is about a girl who is just fed up. Her best friend has a crush and has ditched her for a crush. Her mom has left her because she's chasing after a guy, and even her dad is flirting with her gym teacher, and she just doesn't get what's going on. She just wishes people didn't have all these crushes. So she's determined that it's not going to happen to her. As You Wish is about a girl who gets in a fight with her best friend, and then all of a sudden an African god appears saying that they will grant her some wishes. But this god is kind of a trickster god, and so once she starts asking for these wishes, things go a little bit crazy. And then Coyote Queen is about a girl. It's her and her mom, but then they end up moving in with her mom's boyfriend into his trailer, and things are not so great. He's not a great guy, and she's trying to come up with a plan to free her and her mom from this guy. Next up are a couple of yellow sticker books. So these are the quick pick books that are nice and short and fast to read. So we have I Survived the Dust Bowl. This is the latest one in the I Survived series. This one is a chapter book, but it is pretty skinny. So the I Survived series, nice fast reads. J vs. K is two super popular authors in the library, Kwame Alexander and Jerry Craft. And they have written a book that is part comics, kind of part graphic novel, but then it also looks a little bit like Diary of a Wimpy Kid too. That like there's a little bit of chapters, but a lot of illustrations also as well. Next up, we have some good creepy books. The Shadow Road. This one has a little bit of fantasy element in it too. There's monsters involved. Once Upon a Family. Grin is one about video games that are start murdering people. So these possessed, murderous video games. The Last Resort, Erin Estrada Kelly, she writes a lot of books that are very popular in our library. And then this one also has a QR code at the end. So when you go to the end of the book, after you finish the book, you scan that QR code, and then you go back through the book and you scan certain pictures and certain parts of the book with your phone, and it will give you some videos and some more information. Blood in the Water, Tiffany Jackson is another very popular author in our library. This one is a good, creepy, suspenseful mystery thriller. And then Ride or Die involves an amusement park that is haunted and weird, creepy things start happening. Next up, we have some books in a series. So The Court of the Dead is the next one in the Percy Jackson series. There is A Home for Unusual Monsters. This one is the sequel to School for Invisible Boys. It's the mystery book that's on the Iowa Teen Award list this year. So if you want to read more about the mysterious company Kairos that you learn about in that first book, that's book number 2. How Far I Will Go. This one is a twisted tale based on Moana. So this one is what if Moana broke the heart of, is it Te Fiti? I think that's how you say that. So if the story of Moana ended a little bit differently, what would happen? Next, we have Spy School Blackout. This one is book number 13 in the series. And then Glorious Rivals. This one is part of the Inheritance Games series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it is the one that comes after the Grandest Game. So it kind of goes in between these two books here. So you read the first 3 from the main series, actually the first 4 from the main series, and then this one's an extra one, and then this one is the sequel to that one. So if any of these books look good, go ahead and hop on Destiny Discover to place a hold and get them delivered, or come to the library to check them out.